good. You know, I'm going to help her out. I'm going to teach the lesson today so she won't have to come and film. See, you're going to be Miss Sherry. Yeah. Okay. Oh, she's got papers up here. They're all in the wrong order. Yeah, they need to be upside down. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Yes, perfect. Oh, there's a pen. She don't need a pen. We'll throw that over there. Okay. So, all right. I think, Fred, you ready? Jabaka, you ready? We're going to do children's church, just the three of us. No Miss Sherry today. All right, ready. All right, Aaron, I'm ready to film. Ready? Okay. Hi, kids. How are y'all? Yeah, we're right. Miss Sherry's not here. I know. Isn't it so cool? So I'm going to teach the lesson today. And see, Miss Sherry left me notes. We don't need notes. I can make up my own story. So anyway, you know what? We could start with a song. I can't think of a song. You know what? How about I just tell you a story? Yeah, I'll just tell you a story. Y'all ready? So, once upon a time, there lived a Miss Sherry. And Miss Sherry got all the cotton candy, and she...
Mr. Jason.
Hi, Miss Sherry.
What are you doing?
We're having children's church.
Like, without me?
Well, I thought that maybe you were home taking a nap.
You guys would have children's church without me?
Well, we thought you were sleeping because, you know, old people need naps.
Mr. Jason.
What?
What is Jabaka doing right here?
Well, you know, you have long hair, and Jabaka has long hair, so I thought Jabaka would be a good fill-in for you.
Mr. Jason.
Yeah?
I think you need to be over in your spot.
My spot.
Okay. So, have you already told them hello then?
Yeah, I already said hi. I think I did. Did I? If not, hi. I can't remember if I did or not.
Well, I have not. Hey, kids, how are you today?
Miss Sherry?
What?
There's still no kids here.
They are here with us.
They're watching on their TVs on their phones.
I know, but they're listening.
They're listening?
What did you do to my paper?
I rearranged it.
But, Mr. Jason.
Uh-huh.
Like, how am I supposed to do this if I don't have my notes?
Oh, your notes are over here. They're behind Jabaka.
Oh, Miss Christie, not only my notes, your notes are up here too. Mr. Jason.
Oh, Miss Christie's here. I didn't see her.
I know.
Where's she at? She hiding?
Let's see. I don't know. Mr. Jason.
What?
You sure made a mess.
I didn't make a mess. I made an improvement.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, I made an improvement.
No.
See, I made it more efficient.
They are all messed. Okay, I think I got it.
You think you got all fixed?
Huh.
It's not fixed for me now. It's better when it's upside down.
Well, we are talking about giant problems that we have to deal with every single
I deal with a giant problem every
and
Sunday.
we all deal with them every single day.
Every day.
And so we're gonna talk about taking on our giant problems.
Yeah.
And have you ever had somebody? Oh my goodness.
What?
Who thought they knew how to do things better than you? And they're always telling you how to do things.
Kind of sounds like you.
Maybe how to do children's church, Mr. Jason.
What?
Or maybe they tell you how to fix your hair.
Yeah.
Or what is cool and what is not cool. Or how to play your video game. You know, you have these people that like to
be bossy
and rearrange things, and it's never done right, and
I don't know who
you come into the room and they've messed everything up.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know who would do such a thing.
I think Fred did it.
Fred would not do that.
That's
Fred
Jabaka.
is nice.
This is Fred. I pointed the wrong person. Let's try it again.
But anyways, Mr. Jason, in this lesson, we're going to learn.
We're going to learn a lot.
We are going to learn a lot.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to learn that we need to look to God.
Look to God.
And He is our source of our strength.
Source of our strength.
And how to take on our giant problems in our lives.
Take on our giant problems in our lives.
And how to do that is we need to listen to God. That's the first thing we need to do.
Got to listen.
And He's going to help us defeat the giants in our life.
Yes,
so our power verse for today
is... Our power verse, it's in the Bible.
It is in the Bible.
Yes.
And it is, fight the good fight of faith. 1 Timothy. 6.
6.
Dot, dot.
Dot, 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 dot. Dot, dot.
12.
12.
And our what's up today is I'm going to take on my giant God's way.
I'm going to take on my giant God's way. And that is
What's Up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Ah, yeah. What's up, peeps? It's me, the SKI to the double TLES, Skittles in the hizzy, and I'm ready to tell you what's up. Today, we are talking about taking on our giant the right way. So every time somebody asks you, what's up, you tell them, I gotta take on my giant God's way. You ever tried to do something and everybody's telling you how you need to do it? People think they know exactly how to deal with your giant. They got all kinds of ideas, theories, and possibilities. Ooh, sorry about that. I think I spit on somebody on the front row. But listen up, you can't take on your giant any way but God's way. People's ideas are great and wonderful, but they ain't never as good as God's ideas. So anytime somebody asks you, what's up, you tell them, I gotta take on my giant God's way. And that's what's up. I got a rainbow of flavor, and I'm living for my savior. Skittles out, baby.
Can't stop singing, singing, singing about you. I can't stop shouting. Whoa! I can't stop, I won't deny it. Nothing's ever gonna keep me quiet. You have saved my life. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't stop singing. I was lost with blinded eyes, searching for the meaning of my life. When you found me, I was bound by sin and shame. Your voice of freedom called my name. When you found me, now I see a love that's shining light into my soul. Now I know I'm yours forever. You won't let me go.
Hey everybody, I'm Timothy, the cool one.
And I'm Michelle, the smart one.
Smart one? Those were your glasses, smarty.
What? Well, anyway, we've been in the series Giant. I hope you guys are ready to learn some big lessons from David and Goliath.
Oh, I know they are. I bet they even know where we are in the story.
Well, in case they forgot, we should remind them. David was a young shepherd boy who decided to face his enemy, Goliath, the giant.
That's right. There was a lot of people criticizing him and telling him that he couldn't do it. They kept saying that he was a little kid and should just forget about taking on that giant.
True, and David decided that he was going to ignore the critics and take on the giant anyway. And do you know what happened next?
Ooh, I know. David took out a big bazooka, aimed it right at the giant.
No. King Saul stepped in and tried to convince David to take on the giant the way he would, not the way God would.
That's not good.
Nope, and the same thing happened to our friend Evan. You remember him? His friends tried to tell him exactly what he needed to do to deal with the bully named Rusty.
Yeah, his friends came up with all kinds of ways for him to deal with Rusty. Let's just say that not too many of them were very good.
No kidding. All of Evan's friends tried to get him to deal with Rusty their way. But it wasn't their giant, it was Evan's.
That's true. And just like Evan, and David for that matter, you can't have people take on your giant for you. It's your giant.
Exactly. Your mom and dad can't fight your giant for you. Your pastor can't take on your giant for you. It's your giant. You're gonna have to be like David and take on your giant your way.
And not just your way, God's way.
Well, I know you're gonna enjoy your lesson today as you learn how David took on his giant. You might be surprised.
Until next time, I'm Timothy.
And I'm Michelle. And we'll see you next time on Giant.
Hey Covenant kids, I am back today to tell you more of the story of David and Goliath. Let me catch you up to where we are in the story. So Goliath, the scary 9-foot-tall giant, was wanting one of the Israelite soldiers to come out and fight him. But all of the Israelite soldiers were too afraid to fight Goliath. But then comes along the young shepherd boy named David, who was just there to bring food to his brothers who were in the Israelite army. And he said, I will fight that giant. But guess what? Everyone made fun of David and said he was too young. Even the king, King Saul, told David that it was just too dangerous for him to fight that giant. But David told the king that God was on his side and that he was not afraid at all. And so the king, King Saul, gave David permission to fight Goliath. But since David was so little, King Saul thought he needed to help him a little bit. So he offered to let him wear his armor. Well, there's just one little problem, or I guess we could say a big problem. David was just a little boy, and King Saul was a grown man, and King Saul's armor was way too big for David. That would kind of be like little Tucker Staples trying to put Jason's clothes on. It just wouldn't work. So David told the king, sorry, but this is not going to work. This is my giant, and I've got to fight him my way. Or even better, God's way. So David walked over to the nearby creek, and he reached down into the water, and he picked up his weapons. Do you know what weapons he chose? Well, he chose 5 smooth stones out of the creek. But wait a minute, that's no kind of weapon to fight a giant with. David must have been crazy. I'm not sure what he was thinking. But no, that's really not true. David had been preparing for this moment his whole life. You see, he was a master with the slingshot, and he was going to use this slingshot to bring Goliath down that day. Now remember, King Saul tried to tell David that he needed to wear his armor. And just the same as that, people will tell you how you need to fight the giant problems in your life. But today, we're going to learn that you have to choose to fight the giants in your life the same way that David did, God's way. Now, I know you're probably saying, Miss Christy, are you ever going to finish the story of David and Goliath? And the answer is yes. Tune back in next time, and I promise we're going to get to the exciting ending of this story.
That was a great Bible story, Miss Christy.
Is she ever going to finish it?
I know. Well, she said next week. Next time we come back, she is going to finish it.
Okay.
So I cannot wait.
I know, me either.
And that is such a neat Bible story. And when she was talking, she said King Saul had finally started believing that David could defeat Goliath, but he did something. What did he do to try and help David? He offered David, let's see, what was it?
Some cotton candy.
No. What was it? It was his armor. And he told him to put it on. And David put it on, and it was just way too
small. It's like tiny.
It was too big.
Oh.
David was just a teenager, and Saul was a grown man. And so can you imagine what it must have looked like with David wearing a grown man's armor? It was just too big for him. And I was thinking about that.
Uh-huh.
And God reminded me this weekend, I have a fishing story.
A fishing story?
Yes.
Okay.
We went fishing, and it had rained, right? And it was out in a pasture. So what happens when it rains?
It gets
Sometimes
muddy.
the ground gets muddy and yucky. And so we were
going. In the mud?
No, I did not.
Oh, it'd been funny.
And so we were going fishing, and we knew we would have to drive so far and probably walk so far.
Yeah.
There was one problem.
What?
It was me, David, and my two sons, Daniel and Isaac. They all had muck boots. This is muck boots. You know why they're called muck boots?
No.
Because you walk through muck in them.
Oh.
And so, anyways, they all had muck boots, but I don't.
So what'd you wear?
I had my tennis shoes on.
That's not good.
And so what we did, we come up with this great plan because we are thinkers.
You're thinkers.
So we got out of the truck, parked the truck, and so Daniel and Isaac went ahead.
You walked ahead.
And they went all the way over to where the pond was.
And then you and David got lost in the pasture somewhere. No?
Then what they did was Isaac took his boots off.
Yeah?
And Daniel brought the boots back to me.
Oh.
And Daniel was walking up to me, and he says, Mom, I know what you're thinking. What have I got myself into? And I said, nope, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Mom is fixing to get some muck boots. That was my thought. And so I put these boots on.
Uh-huh.
And they're a little big.
They're a little big.
And so I go through the mud.
Yeah?
And I'm walking over there, and of course, you know, my husband David, he's already thinking, oh, Mother's Day's coming up. Yeah, Mother's Day, hint, hint, is coming up, and maybe Mom needs some muck boots. And he's like, well, are those comfortable? And I'm like, well, they would be if they fit, but have you ever tried, and I know you guys have probably done this, walking in your parents' boots through mud, and they're sticking, and there's nothing that's holding, and so it was really kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But if they would fit me, they would be great.
Perfect.
But when you're wearing something that's too big, it just does not work.
Doesn't work.
So David explained this to Saul.
Uh-huh.
And he said, I can't not wear your armor.
No.
It's just not going to fit. This is my fight, and I need to do it God's way.
God's way.
So David had to fight his giant God's way.
Yes, he did.
So we all have giants, right? We have these giant problems in our lives. These big things.
Yes.
That we deal with every day.
Some are kind of short sometimes. Mm-hmm.
We have these bad habits. We have temptations. We have difficulties. We have hard times. And they seem like a giant that is standing right next to us. Okay. Anyways, and we always have these other people that think they can come in and they can tell you how to defeat your giant, and this is what you need to do. And this is what needs to happen, and they kind of take over. But we need to learn to listen to God, Mr. Jason.
You need to listen to God.
So
You listen to
God
doctors,
has an
but
awesome
listen.
plan for your life, and in that plan, He can help you defeat your giant.
Beat your giant.
So, what was it David used to defeat the giant? He picked something up out of the stream. What was it? It was
Mud.
It was not mud. He wasn't going to throw mud at him.
Throw it in his eyes.
It was 5 smooth stones.
Oh.
And you would think, why would he pick up stones? Why would he use a slingshot and a stone? And the thing is, David was pretty good with a slingshot.
Oh.
And he was pretty good with throwing stones and hitting his mark. And so that's what he planned on killing the giant with.
With a rock?
And so, a stone.
Yeah.
Yes, a little stone. So why would David do this? Was he so confident in his ability that he could take that slingshot and kill the giant? And that was all he needed? No. What did he tell Saul? He said, the Lord who saved me from the lion and bear will save me from the Philistine.
Yeah.
He remembered that he had killed a lion and the bear, and he knew who
And
helped him.
at the same time? Or separately?
I doubt if it was. I bet it was separate.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, but he knew
Uh-huh.
that God helped him do this. So David trusted God, not
Trusted
his
God.
own ability.
Not with his own ability.
David didn't think he was the man.
He didn't walk out, oh yeah, I'm in. I got
No,
this rock.
he didn't do that.
Boom.
And he knew that God could take his abilities.
Yes.
And that God could use the abilities that God had given
Use
him
his abilities.
to defeat his giant.
To defeat his
He
giant.
knew that God was the only one that could help
That's
him
the
do this.
only one that can help you.
So David knew that he wouldn't be facing the giant by himself. He was prepared to go out there
Prepared.
with his stones. And you know what? It didn't say that he was afraid.
You didn't?
No.
I've been scared.
He just went out there. He wasn't afraid. He wasn't worried because David knew that God was with him.
Yes.
So the last thing we need to learn is you plus God equals victory.
Field goal.
No, victory.
Oh, victory.
Victory. So you have to remember that God is all that you need.
All that
He
you
will
need.
give you the power, the
Power,
abilities
the
to
ability
defeat your giant.
Defeat your giant.
God is all your need, and He will help you defeat the giants in your life.
He'll help you every time, Sherry.
That's right. And so we're fixing to pray, but like I just said, God is all we need to help feed our giants. So we're going to pray, so I want you to just close your eyes, just repeat after me, and we're going to say, Dear Jesus, I know that you are the Son of God. And I want you to come into my heart today. I want you to forgive me of all my sins. I give you my life. Show me how to fight the giants in my life. Give me the abilities and the strength to defeat them. Help me to remember that you are always with me and I am never alone. In the name of Jesus, amen. All right, it is time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
So, what did we learn today?
We learned that Jabaka has some major problems of trying to control your life, Michelle.
I don't think that's Jabaka. So we learned that we needed to pray and ask God to show us how to fight our giants.
How to fight your giants.
And to fight them His way, not ours.
God's way.
And we need to trust God for the abilities that He's given us.
Yes.
And we need to last that you,
It's Christy.
you plus God equals victory.
Victory.
And so, we have wrapped it up.
We wrapped it up.
And now, Mr. Jason,
Yes.
we have a challenge.
I have a challenge.
You
for
have a
today.
challenge. What is
All
that
right,
challenge?
So, I need every one of y'all today, and I know some of y'all have not been sending pictures in, but I know today you are. I need you to take a picture with a stone.
A stone.
It could be a small one, it could be a smooth one, it could be a big giant one, but take a picture with a stone, some kind of rock.
A rock.
Yeah. Find a rock.
That's a New York rock.
This is a New York rock.
That is a
Don't
New York
go to
rock.
New York right now to get a rock, okay?
No,
go
that
to
would
your
not
front
be good.
yard or, go somewhere like that. Go to the creek. Find a rock.
Find a rock. So,
That's your challenge. And then be sure and post it here so we all can see it because we miss seeing you guys. And when you
I
post
know.
pictures, we can see you. But when you don't post
No.
pictures, when you don't post pictures, guess what?
I don't get to see
We don't
you.
get to see you. So be sure and post pictures. And also grown-ups. Now we know grown-ups are watching this. They don't have any
know.
kids in their house.
You
Y'all
can post a
pictures
picture.
too. So.
With a rock.
Yeah, with a rock.
With a rock.
Yes.
All right. So, Miss Christie,
Miss Christie.
are you ready to say goodbye? All right.
I'm
From
not.
all of us
Yeah.
at Covenant Kids, have a blessed week, and we will see you Sunday.
See ya.